There's a lot of hype around LLMs today, like Claude, Gemini, Grok, Gwen, and ChatGPT, or whatever they else are called. And some of it is deserved, some of it isn't. Some of it is pure market hype, and some of it is what they can do. One thing is for sure, AI and LLMs are here to stay. So in this video, we're going to skip the hype and just look at what it actually does, step for step. So my intention with this video is to show you how you can use AI, more specifically for this video, ChatGPT. And by the end of this video, you will know how to access ChatGPT for free, what the interface is, and how to use it for 3 things that are actually useful in everyday life. And that's it, no fluff. You will learn how to do the things and how you can expand on the knowledge learned in this video. So now, as you see on my screen, we are at chatgpt.com, and as you also can see, you can ask anything even without creating an account or logging in, but you are very limited if you are not at least have created a free account. As you can see down here, it tells us that to get your answers saved and to be able to search in your answers and save those, you will be able to when you are logged in. So as the account itself is free, let's create an account now. So now we are going to sign up for a free account. I'm going to continue with Google, the create account button. Use my channel name. Just put something in here. And now I have already used my main email addresses on different things here at ChatGPT. So I'm going to choose don't have an email address or phone number. If you have an email address you haven't used, of course you would use that. You could use that instead. I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to take this one just for the purpose of showing how to create the account. I'll create a password. I'm going to scan it with my phone, of course. Now I'm off screen verifying this new account with Google. Again, if you have used an existing Gmail, you would have no issues logging in. I'll skip this. I'll skip this for now. And I'm going to choose 4 steps, then we go through this. So again, this is for my Google account, so it doesn't really matter that much. For this, I'm just going to go through this. That is agree. And now I have my account created with Google. I'm going to log in. I am around 50, so let's say that. It is work. Thank you. And here we are. So now I'm logged in to ChatGPT with my free account. We can see it down here. It says free. Tech Revolution was my name. And now I have access to all the things that a free account brings. So now I'm just going to go through the interface quickly so you can find your way around. So down here you can see your account, my name, it's free. Of course you can upgrade your plan if you wanted to. You have profile settings and stuff like that, the help. Up here, new chats, search chats. These contains the recent chats, and so you can say if I ask something, so it brings up Denmark, Silkeborg. Kind of funny, but as you can see, now we have two kind of chats here. We have the welcome one, we have the weather one, right? So this is the welcome message, so you can delete that if you wanted to. I will delete that one. You can add a new one if you want to add something different, and so on. So the recent ones keeps all your chats. You can do projects if you are, as an example, looking to collect information for a trip, maybe overseas or something like that. And you can search your chats, and you can put in the window if you want a more clean interface. You can open it again. And here you have, if you were a paid member, you would have ChatGPT Plus. And that's, you can, again, you have your chat interface here. You can add files and folders and photos, and again you have some of the same things you can do here as you can do here. You can dictate stuff, and you can choose a voice if you want things to be read for you, or if you want to speak with ChatGPT. And just to point it out, so the model you get in the free version of ChatGPT is called ChatGPT Instant 5.5 as of now, as of the 6th of May 2026. And that's a very, very capable model, and probably better than what you paid for a year ago. So the only thing you need to take into consideration working with all LLMs is that their knowledge is cut off at some point. So for time-sensitive things or things that will happen in the future and stuff like that, they may not be the best tool, but for everything else, they work very well. So we can try to ask it. As we can see, its general knowledge is up to August 2025. So everything after that, it can look it up now. That's the possibility. So it can search the web to get that kind of info. But again, for things like that, it may not be the best tool. So now we will go to use case 1, and I'm going to delete these chats that we really do not need anymore, just to keep it clean and simple. So you can say one thing that everyone could use this for is, of course, brainstorming. So if you have something you need some input on, or would have another view or whatever, you can use those LLMs like ChatGPT for that, and they are very, very good at that. So you could say or ask. And as you saw, now it searched the web, and now it comes up with all kinds of things. It may be discussed how useful this really is, but at least there are some ideas here. Play-Doh, scratch art and craft boxes and stuff, Legos, many, 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 many ideas. And of course, you can specify this if this first question or request was to wake. So you can say, and again, it searched the web to get you some things. It uses its own knowledge base and comes up with some very, again, from my request, arts and Legos, some very good suggestions, I guess, for what can be done. So this is one of the use cases you can use ChatGPT and other LLMs for. Another use case which may very often come up is, of course, at least for me, is to get an explanation of something that I do not know. So I could ask it as an example. And honestly, I do not know. So this will be kind of interesting. And now we have become wiser. I did not know that. Maybe it doesn't bring you the most useful knowledge, but again, from my request, it did answer that very well. So, and you can use it for many things like that, right? So, um, and again, interesting that the first time somebody calculated the circumference of the world was 2,200 years ago and done by a Greek dude, Eratosthenes, and yeah, quite a clever guy back in the day, probably still today. So the last use case we will look at today could be or is to use ChatGPT to write a mail. So could be you would like to write a mail to your boss and ask for a raise, and you're maybe not the best person writing mails for that purpose. So maybe what you came up with yourself was something like And then again, would probably think to yourself, maybe I should get this checked. So you can ask ChatGPT to check it for you. So and now we get a email that can probably be used. So, hi, I hope you're doing well. I would like to request a meeting to discuss my current salary, and so on and so on. And I think that's quite appropriate mail, quite better than the one I came up with. And this is, of course, also a way you can use ChatGPT to help you out in writing mails and other stuff. And those use cases we have seen for now, of course, only scratches the surface because there's so many other things you can do with ChatGPT and other ways of using it. But to not drag this video out too long, I guess, or I will come up with other videos where we go into the depth of like prompt engineering and how can you do other stuff with ChatGPT. One takeaway, at least you can take here, is the more concise, the more to the point your request to ChatGPT is, the better the answer will be. The more it will hone in on what you asked instead of going broadly. So to end off this video, I will show you where you can tailor ChatGPT for yourself and the way you want to interact with it. So if you go to your account and you go to personalization, you have many possibilities here of changing things around. So as it says, you can choose additional customizations on top of your base style and tone, so the way you write or the way you talk. So we can say add more warm, more enthusiastic, and so on. Fast answer, custom instructions, behavior style. So you can say I would like that you always answer me in this or that way, or you can put in your nickname, you can put in your interest, and ChatGPT will use that when you ask questions. So you get more custom answers that are tailored to you. In memory, you can add and save memories and stuff so that ChatGPT can use those memories when responding at a later time. So this was very quick just to show you something to play around with, to customize the way ChatGPT is answering you. I will do another video where I'll go into depth with all these settings in here. So that was it. So that were the basics of using ChatGPT in as fast a possible way without skimming too much. I think or hope you have gotten out of this how to use ChatGPT, how you can get started using ChatGPT, and then we will later on I will come up with other videos where we go into depth with some of the many other possibilities you have in ChatGPT. So if you found this video useful or helpful, please like and subscribe. It helps me a lot to keep this channel going. So stay tuned for that and the next ones, and have a good one.